Trump administration pushing Saudi nuclear deal, which could benefit company linked to Jared Kushner.
This is news.
Yeah, apparently. Senior Trump administration officials pushed a project to share nuclear power technology with Saudi Arabia over the objections of ethics officials, according to a congressional report, in a move that could have benefited a company which has since provided financial relief for the family of Jared Kushner. Citing whistleblowers within the U.S. government, the report by the Democrat-led House Oversight and Reform Committee alleges abnormal acts in the White House regarding the proposal to build dozens of nuclear reactors across the kingdom. The committee on Tuesday opened an investigation into the allegations, which include concerns over whether White House officials in the early months of the Trump administration sought to work around national security procedures to push a Saudi deal that could have financially benefited close supporters of the U.S. president. Also, the fact that you're giving nuclear technology and information to Saudi Arabia, like, shouldn't that be the headline here, not the Jared Kushner thing?
One of our closest allies, TJ.
That seems to me to be the, I mean, like, yeah, it's fucked up. Jared Kushner might be getting a little kickback or whatever, but giving, like, nuclear technology, isn't this like the shit that he was complaining about with Iran? You know, like, we're going to help Iran.
New boss, same as the old boss. It's like, I don't excuse this type of shit.
I mean, Saudi Arabia is way worse than Iran, if we're honest.
Well, yeah. But this is par for the course in American politics. And if this is your first time hearing about something like this, then I encourage you to look into past presidencies, past powerful national politicians. This kind of backroom dealing with foreign governments, where you're trading arms, you're trading nuclear technology to people that may very well not be all that friendly with us ideologically, has a long tradition and a long history, and this is nothing that Hillary Clinton wouldn't have been doing. She might not have made this exact deal, but she'd be making a deal very similar to this somewhere else in the world that you disagree with. This is not just Trump, you know. Like, look at Dick Cheney. Like, that's one of the biggest, like, government collusion arguments that you could ever make, was Dick Cheney being, you know, so closely tied to Halliburton, and Halliburton being given, what was it, like $1 trillion contract or something?
Some insane amount like that.
To supply all of the soldiers in Iraq and set up bases.
Well, I mean, let's remember, too, that
basically bilking the U.S. government.
Iraq used to be one of our little pets like this, too. I mean, we gave Saddam Hussein a lot of his weapons technology. We sold it to him.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, it wasn't until he crossed us or did something we didn't like that all of a sudden, now he's the bad guy.
Decided he was going to take Kuwait.
Right, now he's the bad guy. But before that, prior to that, it was like, he's great. We love him. He's great.
Oh, yeah, when Iraq and Iran were fighting, the U.S. was like, we're fine with that. We're not sending troops in. Oh, going to invade Kuwait? No, you can't do that, Saddam. I mean, look, this is just politics as usual. Of course, Trump's going to benefit from any of these deals. Why wouldn't he? He's a fucking businessman. He's always looking at his bottom line. And he has no problem with the numerous human rights violations of the Saudi fucking regime. They don't give a shit. And to give them, but I also think it's funny that they're willing to build nuclear reactors in those countries, but they're not even willing to build them in this one.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's like, what?
So more Trump news. Trump administration launches global effort to end criminalization of homosexuality. The administration is responding in part to a reported hanging of a young gay man in Iran, Trump's top geopolitical foe. So basically, we might be getting, thanks to homophobia in Iran, Trump might be taking on homophobia across the globe. Now, some on the left are saying that this is just a way for him to drum up tensions with certain Islamic countries that he...
Namely Iran.
Yes, that he has an issue with.
Most of the other ones that also have a problem with
right, so, I mean, like, a lot of our countries that we hate in America for, you know, various reasons, or that we have we're foes with for some, you know, for whatever reason, are anti-homosexual. So Trump figures, hey, if I say that we're mad at them because they don't treat their gays right, what are these liberals going to fucking say, right. You know? So a lot of people think he's taking that angle with it. But, you know, I don't know, maybe there's a more altruistic motive than that.
I mean, whatever the angle, the message behind it seems to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really see this being a negative thing overall. But who knows with the Trump administration. The Trump administration is launching a global campaign to end the criminalization of homosexuality in dozens of nations where it's illegal to be gay, U.S. officials tell NBC News. A bid aimed at in part denouncing Iran over its human rights record. U.S. Ambassador to Germany, Richard Grenell, the highest profile openly gay person in the Trump administration, is leading the effort, which kicks off Tuesday evening in Berlin. The U.S. Embassy is flying in LGBT activists from across Europe for a strategy dinner to plan to push for decriminalization in places that still outlaw homosexuality, mostly concentrated in the Middle East, Africa, and the Caribbean.
Don't we still have some work to do on that front here at home?
Well, as a matter of fact, because it's Trump, you can find pretty much immediately a story that goes in the different direction. Trump denied a trans woman asylum and deported her. She was killed when she returned. A transgender woman who failed to get asylum in the U.S. died after being attacked in El Salvador.
But did Trump actually deny her?
Yes, Trump personally denied her.
Signed her denial letter.
Yes, he did.
So it's basically, I'm not sure who covers in the U.S., like immigrate, what is that?
I don't know.
Like Homeland Security or whoever, ICE. I don't know who. They denied her. It wasn't Trump personally.
I mean, they do carry out his policies and the policies of his party to a
Trump
Sure.
personally denied.
But I don't think he personally denied her.
Well, let's see if they have any logic that can support that. An organization that supports transgender people in El Salvador said a woman who goes by Camila was reported missing at the end of January. They contacted hospitals in the area and found that she was admitted on January 31st and passed away on February 3rd due to her injuries. Last year, Camilla came to the U.S. in a migrant caravan after being threatened in El Salvador. Activists in El Salvador said she was deported by the U.S. several months ago. She migrated to the U.S. because of the threat she received, but she was deported because they didn't believe her. Aslan O'Days, an LGBTQ activist, told the Washington Blade. Camilla was found in the Carretera de Oro, I probably butchered that, highway near the country's capital, San Salvador. Investigators have not classified the murder as a hate crime. She is the second trans woman killed in El Salvador this month, according to the Washington Blade. The other was a woman named Lolita who was killed with a machete.
Jesus.
We want justice.
A machete?
Yes.
Fuck me.
Blah 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 blah. No, they don't say. They don't give a rationale for that justifies probably putting Trump in the headline.
I don't mean to get too far, but this is this headline. Scotty was kind of harping on it earlier, and I think it bears mentioning. This type of shit, the left does this all the time, and it does not help their case against Trump to try and make these kind of disingenuous ties. Like Scotty was saying, like Trump personally looked at this woman's case and was like, "No, send that tranny back," you know. It didn't go down that way. Yeah, his policies were reflected in this, and he should be called to account for that. But saying that he personally killed this woman or trying to imply that, it doesn't help your case with people that have a fucking brain on their shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, with half a brain in your fucking head, you can see what they're trying to do with that headline. Stop it. Yeah. Call him on the shit he actually does and says, because there's plenty of it.
Trump immigration policies denied a trans woman asylum.
Exactly. Republican immigration policy killed a trans woman. I could buy that, because that sounds true.
But Trump trying to lay the feet, like, Trump's like, no, let her die, kill her.
Die. Go back to L whatever the fuck shithole, die.
So that concludes our little Trump section.
Thank you.
Trump.
I felt like we had to defend Trump a few times tonight.
I hate it, but it's just...
Sometimes you got to do it, man. It's just...
Yeah.
I mean, look...
Can't be a hack. You got to be honest.
If Trump's like, I love mint chocolate chip ice cream, I'm not going to go like, I hate it now. Fuck it, no.
How many liberals would,
cream.
though? How many fucking people going around today would be like,
boycott chocolate? Of course he likes the worst ice cream.
Dude, there'd be videos
cream
people dump, like, burning fucking mint chocolate chip ice cream on their lawns and shit.
Petitions to remove it from the Baskin Robbins menu and shit.
Yeah, dude, it'd just be crazy. People are so stupid.